Hey, Ari, how are you? What, we still got beef?
Nah, no beef, Josh.
Hit him up! Hit him up! Move him out! Move him out!
We want to know what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering and BrownsChicken.com.
What's your beef? Let's get to the phones. I want to hear your sports beefs. Remember, it's a concept, something in the world of sports you don't like. Not necessarily a person. That's more like, tool of the week every Friday. So, let's get to the phones. The best beefs from you win a trip to the best Italian beefs. Lunchtime beefs and Browns. It tastes better. 312-644-6767. Let's start with Lonesome George in Skokie. Hello there, George.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. What a start. What a year.
Hey, we're never lonesome when George is on the phone. All right, George, what's your beef?
A minor beef, but I'm going to give it anyway. NCAA football has, according to my count, 33 bowl games in a period of a little less than a month.
Right.
33 bowl games, and some of them I can't even understand what they are.
I'll tell you, I hear that a lot of people aren't even watching these things. They've killed the goose that laid the golden egg. They've saturated as TV and marketing and guys do in that industry, and pretty soon, they're going to say, hey, I got an idea. Let's go back to 5. Let's go back to the Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Rose Bowl, do this thing right like we used to, because right now it's a mess. Lonesome George, good to hear from you. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year to you and all our great listeners.
Oh, thank you very much. All our great listeners. I like that. 312-644-6767. Let's go next to David Zakarphone. Hello, David.
Hey, Murph, how's it going?
Fine, David. What's your beef?
My beef is with the USC football program.
Mm-hmm.
And they say so much on ABC during the Rose Bowl by Brent Musburger how they prepare their athletes so well in that program for the NFL. The only thing I see them preparing them to do in the NFL is to be punks. Did you see that helmet-to-helmet hit in the Penn State game where the guy knocked out the Penn State player and his own guy, and he didn't even go check on his own guy? His team was giving him high fives. They act like punks, and my beef is with the USC football program.
Well, they love Pete Carroll out there. They have a nickname for him in the stands, and I can't even say big you-know-whats, because he gambles a lot out there on the field. They love that guy. I've never understood the attraction, but he's doing the job for them, which I guess translates into making a lot of money for the program. Hey, you're a winner. Nice beef. Good beef. Hang on, David. Go visit my friends at Browns. It tastes better. All right, buddy?
Thanks, buddy.
Hang on. Hook up David there on line 2. Phone lines are jammed. And you know what? Get over to Browns right now. Get in there. It's 12:28, lunchtime, and Italian beef and Italian sausage. The best in Chicago. Put them together. Call it a combo. Say hello to Frank Portillo, president of the Browns, probably having a combo right now. And remember this, even though our favorite hometown team, the beloved, not in the NFL playoffs, you can still enjoy another hometown favorite. Browns, it tastes better. Playoffs, weekends, TVs, parties at your house. Browns, it tastes better. Oh, what a beautiful, look at this. It's in the 30s. Toasty warm, but heating, air conditioning. The seasons change here in Chicago. For the best large mechanical HVAC work, thetowngroup.com, thetowngroup.com. Northtown, Westtown, Southwesttown, Northwesttown, my friends, thetowngroup.com. Big jobs, they do it right.
We'll be waiting at the end.
And now, let's go to the tape vault for Mike Murphy's Random Tapes.
Jim in Hoffman Estates is with us on the score. Hello, James. Thanks for waiting.
Morning, guys. Hey, Jesse, I want to give you credit. I think you, possibly George too, but I know you were one of the only guys who said to give Jack Jones a chance, and I think there's a mustachioed moron who works noon to 2 who needs a big dose of apology tomorrow.
Random Tapes.
I don't know what his beef is.
Where's Jock Jones when we need him? His middle name was Strap. Jock Strap Jones. Let's get back to the beef line, see what the fans are beefing about. Me and Mike Murphy till 2. Rocky Wirtz said he'd phone in on the celebrity line in about a half hour at 1 o'clock, so stick around, plenty to do. But the fans are beefing, and everyone's going to Brown's. It tastes better for lunch, and Italian beef and Italian sausage. Me, I love the Maxwell Street Polish. Grilled onions, yellow mustard. Let's go to my old stomping ground, Cicero. Jeff is on the score. Hello, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Fine, Jeff. What's your beef, buddy?
My beef's with the Chicago Bears front office, saying the quarterback is the number one priority when our number one receiver is Devin Hester. How can Orton show his worth with the number one receiver who can't even block?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff. The front office, they should be embarrassed. Jerry Angelo, for doing what he did at that press conference. One of the least of their worries is quarterback. Jeff, I've got Barry Rosner from the Daily Herald, his column today. You want to hear what he writes? He agrees with you. You ready?
I'm absolutely ready.
Barry Rosner says, it's not an accident that the Bears front office, that's what you're talking about, is opting to make quarterback an issue now. Rosner says there's an ancient axiom in politics, which says if you're under fire, quick change the story. Maybe they'll look the other way. Rosner says you got to hand it to Jerry Angelo. He followed the playbook to perfection. Jeff, you're exactly right. Hey, hang on. Go visit my friends at Browns. All right, buddy?
All right.
Good beef. Good beef.
Quarterback is our quarterback.
Our quarterback is our quarterback. Let's go to... Thank you, Lovey. John's in Skokie. Hello, John.
How you doing, Murph?
Hey, I'm fine. What's your beef?
My beef is with these national sports guys who come to Chicago and they think they know stuff about the city and they're flat wrong. The specific thing I have a beef about is the Winter Classic. Bob Costas is talking about the history of Wrigley Field.
Mm-hmm.
He says the Cubs have been in Wrigley Field since 1914, but that's not true. They didn't move there until 1916.
It was the Chicago Whales in a Federal League.
Exactly. So Costas is supposed to be this baseball guy, doesn't know what the heck he's talking about.
Hey, you know what? There were other things also, but that one was exactly right. John, good job, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. They bring the out-of-town guys in, and they don't. Even Costas. I mean, Costas does a pretty good job. He's sitting there bitching about the cold. You could tell Bob Costas wanted to be anywhere in the world but at Wrigley Field for that television stint in the beginning. Did you see when they went to the live about a half hour before the game, 11:30, they went live down to Costas on the field, and he starts talking. He's got the handheld microphone. He's got the microphone down in his lap. He's so freezing cold. He's got his gloves on, and he's talking into no microphone. Bob Costas. This is right out of the box. Then he finally goes, oh, I guess it would help if I held the microphone up to my mouth. Now, I'm sure I've done that. I'm not Bob Costas. And he wanted to be anywhere but where he was. Nice job there, Cicero. John is in Joliet next on the score. It's What's Your Beef with Murph? Hey, John.
Good afternoon, Murph. Actually, I have to change my beef because my brother just told me about this incident. My beef is with this man that stole this hockey stick from this young man at Wrigley Field.
It was in the paper today in case anyone didn't see it. I'll let you continue. It was a young fan. One of the Red Wings handed him the stick between periods walking over there across Wrigley Field. A kid had a good seat with a youth group. After the game, by Wrigley Field's exit gates, and some adult who claimed he was security, right? Took it from him.
Yes, sir. My brother's a Chicago cop. This kid was crying, and he heard what was going on. But my beef is with some ignorant person that could do that to a little kid.
Right.
I hope that you get what's coming to you one day in this lifetime. I mean, this might not be worthy of a beef, but I'm telling you, you know what? Murph, guys like that don't deserve to walk on this earth.
Well, it's a terrific beef. Maybe we'll tool that guy up again Friday with Rental Mag for Tool of the Week.
Right.
But you know what? I'm glad you brought it to my attention. Thank you very much, John.
Have a good day.
All right, buddy. And I'm sure, according to the article that was in the paper today, the Red Wings and I'm sure the Blackhawks and the Cubs are all going to do something, send a kid a couple hockey sticks. You know, that's great. Some guy in Chicago saying he's undercover security and supposed to confiscate the hockey stick. 312-644-6767. Got room for one or two more beefers. And they always have room for you at Browns. Hey, don't forget this weekend, I know our beloved aren't in the playoffs. NFL games at your house? Call up Browns. Set up a big dinner. Browns will take care of you. Dinner and lunch. Richard is a car phone. Hello, Richard.
What's going on, Murph?
Hey, buddy. What's your beef, Richard?
My beef was with the Bears front office, too.
Go ahead.
The quarterback is the most important position. Why didn't you draft one in all the years as you've been general manager? That's such an important position.
Well, they've drafted some quarterbacks, obviously. Got Grossman and Orton. But the bigger question is, how come they misevaluated Grossman for all those years? How do I know they're not under-evaluating or misevaluating the wrong direction Orton this time?
That's right. And look at their draft record, and it's horrible.
Well, you know what? A lot of draft records are horrible. The point is, this quarterback thing is the least of their worries. Maybe on a scale of 20 things to worry about, maybe it's about number 15, 16. They got so much more to worry about, and to try to point the finger away from themselves towards Orton, I thought was just as low rent as you can get. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it, buddy. Everyone's beefing. Hey, we've got Rocky Wirtz in about 20 minutes. Let's go next to... by the way, it's BrownsChicken.com. They'll set you up for your big weekend party. Just get a hold of BrownsChicken.com. Ryan is a car phone. It tastes better. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, how you doing, Mike? Long-time listener.
Yes, well, I appreciate it. Ryan, what's your beef?
My beef is with Fox. I mean, I'm watching the Missouri game and I'm watching the Texas game. I'm seeing Colt McCoy's family. I'm seeing Chase Daniels' family. Clearly, they're rooting for Missouri and Texas to win these ball games.
Well, I don't know that they're rooting for anything more than high ratings, but, you know...
Granted, Colt McCoy's girlfriend is one of the most attractive girls I've ever seen, but...
Is your wife listening right now?
No, hopefully not, right?
Thanks, Ryan. Let's go to, hopefully... Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Dana, my lovely wife. Happy birthday. The day of the Epiphany, right? Epiphany. Chuck is in Winfield. Hello, Chuck.
How you doing?
Hey, Chuck. Fine. What's your beef?
NBC hiring Matt Millen as a TV analyst.
Well, now, you know what? I thought that was what he was best at, was TV analysis.
But he ran a team to the ground in 5 years.
So how's he going to...
take any analyst from this guy?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let him analyze anything other than draft picks and building the club. If he wants to analyze the X's and O's on the field, that's what he used to be great at. But you're right. He has to reestablish his credibility. Thank you very much. Let's go to some good beefs. Oh, you're a tough crowd, Rodney Dangerfield. Rick is in Carroll Stream having a good time out northwest suburbs. Hello, Rick.
Hey, Murph. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Rick. What's your beef?
Hey, my beef is with the Sun-Times and their ridiculous columnists today. If you look at the back page of the Sun-Times, you see big headlines with a picture of Milton Bradley saying aggravation. You flip the page, you have 2 pages with not 1, not 2, but 3 columns on why Milton Bradley is dangerous to this team.
Congratulations. You've just been named the Browns Chicken Caller of the Show.
Hey, nicely done. Rick, you are the caller of the show. I was going to do a segment on this later, but I'd like you to stay on with me for a second right here, okay?
Yeah.
You couldn't be more correct. And I know no one buys the papers anymore. They're going out of business, and that's a sad situation and another topic for another day. But, Rick, what these Sun-Times editors did today was reprehensible. If this dying newspaper has to do a panic move like this, where they think this is going to sell newspapers, then they ought to go out of business.
Well, I agree, but, the thing that got me that was not only those articles all on Milton Bradley, but if I flip the page one more time, I have a half-page article by Carol Slezak giving reasons why the Bears should look into a convicted felon as their quarterback.
That's no good.
You know what? Whoever ran the Sun-Times today into the ground, they all going to deserve what they get when they fold. And let me tell you this. That back page, to pick a picture, I don't care what they do. There used to be a thing in local TV news here, the 10 o'clock news, 2, 5, 7. If it bleeds, it leads. In other words, if they had a gunshot guy bleeding, lead the news with that. All right, that's fine and dandy. Now, if they think that putting a picture of Milton Bradley here, raging out, throwing something when he was probably doing roid rage from a photo that's 5 years ago, here's what they could have done. They could have, see, there's no Cub fan that wants to read about negative right now. Maybe in June when he pops a cork and you're 10 games under and the wheels are falling off. Fine. I understand. Right now, how about this? How about a back page picture? You have Jim Hendry, you have with a cigar painted in his mouth, a riverboat behind him, rolling the dice, the gambler going for it all. See, what Henry's doing is going for it all. And for Greg Couch, probably told by his editor, for Gordon Wittenmeyer, probably told by his editor, and for Chris DeLuca, probably told by his editor, to simply play up, well, it's $30 million 3 years. He won't be here in 3 years. He'll probably get hurt. You know what? No one gives a damn about that if you look at the bigger story. Hendry going for it all.
No, I agree wholeheartedly, and I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. This guy's not even in Chicago yet, and we're already crowning him as the biggest problem this city has seen in ages. And I love the fact that they pasted Michael Vick's picture right above his on the back.
I don't know what Carol was thinking either. Hey, call of the show, Rick. Hang on, you're going to go visit my friends at Brown's. It tastes better. All right, buddy?
Thanks.
Nicely done. Time for one or two more beefers. Thank you, Rick. I didn't know when I was going to have time to do that later today. We got Rocky Words coming. Dave's in Arlington Heights. Hello, Dave.
How you doing, Murph? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Dave. What's your beef?
My beef is with the Big Ten's continued inability to show up at bowl games, as evidenced by this year's dismal record. You had Iowa winning the game that really nobody watched. You had Northwestern was the only one that showed any heart. But when the Big Ten's big, strong teams show up and play other conferences' big, strong teams, they look like crap.
Well, you know what? It's only been going on for about 30 years, right?
Yeah, and I don't know, they're geared for this interconference play.
Which is fine. I mean, you still got to dominate your conference, though, right?
Yeah, but it'll be a long, long time before any Big Ten team ever gets considered for the BCS big game because they just can't compete.
You're exactly right. David, good to hear from you, buddy. And our final beefer for Browns, it tastes better. Lunchtime, hurry over to Browns right now. The best Italian beef you've ever had, Italian sausage. It's a combo. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Marv, Happy New Year, buddy.
Oh, Happy New Year, Tom. What's your beef?
My beef is with that team over there on the north side. I'm still not over that debacle of last October.
How about the October before? They're actually 0-9 in their last 9 playoff games for the record.
That's 100% for sure. And
Yes.
now they trade away my favorite Cub, Mark DeRosa, the ultimate ball player.
Well, what would you say? Let me get my what if. See, that's the beauty of sports. What if they end up having a better year in the playoffs? What if they end up going to the World Series? Will you call me back either way?
Well, if they go to the World Series, I'm in 100%. I don't care what it takes.
You better be at 100%.
You want my pinky finger, you can have it.
No, little fingers, I'm not into that. Hey, Tommy, I'll tell you what. You are about 50-50 with the other Cub fans. It's a hot button right now. Me, I want to make improvements, and I don't fall in love with any players, but he was a hell of a player, Mark DeRosa. We'll find out how it works out. Okay, Tom?
Thanks, Murph.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for participating in What's Your Beef. Join Murph for another edition of What's Your Beef. What's Your Beef has been brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering and BrownsChicken.com. All winners of the Mike Murphy Show are only eligible to win prizes once in a 60-day period.